Describe the end behavior for the polynomial, and they give you f of x. Now remember, the end behavior is how is it going to end on the right hand side and on the left hand side. And that is determined by your largest exponent. In this case, we have 4x to the fifth, so the degree of the polynomial is fifth power. But this term is going to determine the end behavior. Since we are plugging in values for x, as x approaches negative infinity or positive infinity, this number is going to be a huge positive number or a huge negative number, and this one's will be pennies compared to this value. So let's go and start with letter A. As x approaches negative infinity, what happens to this value? So let's go and plug in a huge negative number. So we have 4 times x to the fifth power. And I'm going to plug in a huge negative number. In this case, I'm going to plug in a huge negative 1,000. Or you can plug in a negative, a bigger number if you want. Negative 1,000 to the fifth power is going to be a negative number. Times a positive 4. Positive times a negative is going to be a negative huge number. So therefore we're going to say it's going to be negative infinity. And that's incorrect. Letter B. As x approaches negative infinity, so if you plug in a huge negative number, your answer will be negative infinity. Yes, that one's correct. As x approaches negative infinity, the function approaches negative infinity. That's correct. As x approaches negative infinity, the function approaches positive infinity. No, that's incorrect. So the answer is not D, because it approaches negative infinity. So let's go through the second line. As x approaches positive infinity, let's plug in a huge positive number. So it'll be 4 times x to the fifth power. And I'm going to plug in a huge positive number. Just going to plug in just a positive 1,000. You can plug in a bigger number if you want. 1,000 to the fifth power will be positive or negative? Will be positive. Times a positive 4. Your answer will be positive. So does it approach negative infinity? No. Does it approach as x approaches positive infinity? Your number becomes positive? Yes. Your answer is letter C.